Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's me, Gemma, and this is my birthday haul. I haven't been on camera in a hot minute, so I wanted to ease myself back in with something easy. I'm also going to be filming my mid-month wrap-up and a standalone review of Nocturna by Maya Montagna, so we'll be doing that today. But it was my birthday earlier on in the month and I was 35, believe it or not, so of course I couldn't see everyone that I would have liked to see, which was the only downside. Really. So, and I ended up with quite a few Amazon vouchers. To spend because I couldn't see anyone. So one of the first things I bought was this top, and if anyone else is obsessed with Tiger King as me, I absolutely loved it, and if you haven't watched it you totally should. I'm probably in the minority though. I don't think Carol Baskin killed her husband. I think that he was into something else dodgy as fuck, and he was probably murdered by drug dealers or something. But I love the programme and I just thought, go a wee bit cat print myself. So the other thing I bought, which was notebooks, was these. It's a set of resistance bands and they're for doing like stretches and squats and sort of non-cardio weight movements. So I don't like doing cardio, I don't like running, I do walk the dogs, but I don't have any space really to keep weights, so I thought I would get myself a set of these and try some exercises for toning, because I am finally under 200 pounds. Yep, I have not been under 200 pounds since I was quite young, and just recently I have lost some more weight, so I wanted to do some toning to go along with that. So I got this, and not Amazon, but bought with Birthday Loot, were these two candles from Ashen Quill Candles. This one is Decor and it is rhubarb and custard, and this one is Vasia and the Winter King and it is white chocolate cookies. They both smell amazing. Just sniff them up my nose. And what else that's not books? Okay, so I also picked up these two palettes. They're both by Kaleidos Cosmetics, and one is the Afrofuturism, so it's not Afrofuturism, sorry, Futurism 5 VR Neon, and the Futurism 3 Astral Pink. They are both really stunning. If you like kind of like the modern Renaissance colour palette, then I'd imagine you'll like the pink one. It's just kind of, I mean, it's kind of neutrals with a pop of blue, which is nothing new as we know, but I just really like it. The mattes are really well pigmented and the shimmers are stunning. So I have also got the neon one here, and this orange I have worn so many times. I've also worn the sort of lime green one quite a few times as well, because I'm not leaving the house, so to be quite frank, I might as well wear really loud eyeshadow. I'm also trying to cut down on caffeine, so less tea, less diet brew, and more like sugar-free diluting juice. So of course it's me, I did buy books with my birthday vouchers. And one of the first ones I got was Stays and Corsets by Mandy Barrington. Now this month I also finished my first hand sewn garment, which was a chemise made from a Simplicity pattern by American Duchess, which I'll show on the screen here. And it took me a long time, don't get me wrong, because hand sewing hems is laborious, but it's really like good if you've got a podcast or an audiobook to listen to and you're kind of like, you know, wanting something to do with your hands. I do recommend it, and it's totally wearable as well, because who doesn't want to lounge around like they're in the Regency period in a gauzy white chemise, you know? So I picked up Stays and Corsets, and this one has the measurements and sort of patterns for you to do several different kinds of stays and corsets until kind of the early 1900s. I think the most recent one is an 1890s one, and I'm most interested myself in the kind of like 1780s stays. That's sort of around the time period I'm most interested in. Really great book, and I think if you are into costuming or corsetry at all, you'll probably enjoy it. It has actually, along with the American Duchess books and the Patterns of Fashion, actually encouraged me to get my geometry on, which if you were a maths teacher you would faint if you heard me say that, because I hate maths, but I love clothes. So I'm like, will I draft out this paper myself? Yes, I absolutely will. So I've got a dress that I'm in the middle of. I'm making a kind of shirt dress with this fabric, which is really nice. It's going to be great for summer. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just waiting on some interfacing arriving so that I can sort of give the collar and back a bit of structure. So that's what I'm doing, sort of non-book wise, and that's what I bought with my birthday funds. Now on to the books. So I have been in a bit of a sort of romance fantasy mood. I really can't wait to talk about Nocturna and Mother Video. I just absolutely loved it. I've read some stellar standalones this month, and it's kind of encouraged me to pick up some more fantasy, because there's been so much good YA and adult fantasy around. So first of all, I picked up Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri, and this one has an arranged marriage and sort of a world inspired by medieval India. I saw this in, I think it was Thoughts on Tom's wrap up of her favourite couples of 2019. She named the couple in this, and I immediately bought it because Thoughts on Tom's and I have very similar thoughts on romance and books. So I've got this one, and also I picked up the companion novel. I do believe this is not a sequel. It's set in the same world, but not an immediate sequel. Okay, so I also picked up, sorry, I'm going to hold them properly. I also picked up Bone Crier's Moon, which came to my attention during the whole hoo-ha about Charlie Bowater's art on Twitter. And it is basically about a girl called Elise who is sort of being trained to take over the clan that ferries the souls of the dead over into the afterlife, which sounds entirely my thing. I love things to do with like the afterlife and sort of psychopomps and all that kind of stuff. So I picked this up, and I'm probably going to put it on my May TBR, but we'll see. I also picked up Gemina, which is book 2 in the Illuminae files. I read Illuminae last month. I really enjoyed it. It seems to follow the same sort of format as Illuminae, and that the story's told in mixed media like reports, film, emails, all that sort of stuff, countdowns. So I'm looking forward to catching up with this. The general consensus seems to have been that the following 2 books aren't as good as Illuminae, but you know, I'm going to read it anyway. And I also picked up City of Ghosts by V.E. Schwab, and this one is actually set in Edinburgh, I believe, and it's about a girl whose parents are like ghost hunters, but she can actually see ghosts. So I picked this one up because I love spooky shit. And I also like Victoria Schwab. I've got like 3 of her books on my TBR to read, and I've just not gotten there yet. And then I read Truthwitch last month, and if you watched my wrap up, you will know that I absolutely loved Truthwitch. My husband bought me an Instant Pot for my birthday, and it's just arrived, and that's what I'm doing this. So I picked up Windwitch and Bloodwitch, which are the sequels to Truthwitch. The only annoying thing is the cover designs are different, but I don't really care that much. So the Witchland series is basically, most people have some kind of witchcraft, and it follows different kinds. So you can be like a truth witch, you can see people's fate. You can be a thread witch, you can see people's emotions. people that are good at making drink. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're quite specialised. I really liked it. I'm looking forward to reading these two. These are definitely going to be getting read on my May TBR, if not the last week in April. And let me see, what else we got? So I caved and bought a physical copy of Serpent and Dove by Shelby Maheron. I have had an ebook copy of it for a couple of months on my Kindle, but for some reason some books I can't like read them on Kindle. I need them in a paper copy. So yeah, it's basically about an arranged marriage between a witch and a witch hunter. Bound as one, a witch and witch hunter to love, to thrust together in holy matrimony. Honour, there was only way such a story could end, or burn a stake in a match. So that sounds good to me. I have heard mixed reviews, but you know, I can't. You'll notice a theme with me that I do love the arranged marriage trope in fiction. Like, I loved like The Wrath and the Dawn and things like that. I don't know, I just like it. And whenever I'm reading fan fiction and stuff, if I see the tag on AO3, arranged marriage AU, I'm like, yeah, click that shit. So last two that I bought with my birthday money was There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole. Look at this cover. Now, I couldn't see it properly on Amazon, but that's a sword. It looked to me, when from far away, like fucking War of the Worlds or something. So this is basically, of course, there's a prophecy, the world might be coming to an end, and there's 5 people that are, you know, maybe destined to stop it. I've heard really good things, so it's definitely in the TBR. And then I bought the companion novel to The Last Namsara, which is The Caged Queen by Kristen Ciccarelli, and I still haven't read. I still haven't read The Last Namsara yet, but I will. And this was on sale, and I had birthday vouchers, so I bought it. So that is everything that I bought with my birthday funds. I had a great birthday. My husband's birthday was like 4 days after, and we both had a really good time. We just spent the time together with the dogs. We took the dogs to the dog park, all that kind of stuff. So this was my birthday haul. It's been really nice to catch up with everyone again. I will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.